What's up everybody, Gundam Flexing here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the just completed Bandai Star Wars 1/12 scale model of the R2-Q5. Now this is very similar to the Shadow Stormtrooper, which is also 1/12 scale in terms of the plastic, the jet black, kind of reflective plastic, and the overall feel. Before we go into this kit, I could tell you that this model costs about $15 to $20 at the release of this video. Highly recommend it if you are looking forward to it. It's a very detailed model with a ton of small pieces and a lot of small decals. This model comes with essentially three variants. One is a normal type of variant, which is you see in front of you, just a little bit modified. It comes in a second variant, which I like to call a cantina variant, which is all the small pieces you see here in front of you. And then it comes in a third variant, which essentially you use all his utilities just like the movies, except say R2-Q5 instead of R2-D2. He has like a bunch of utilities that sticks out of his chest and on top of his head. Before we go into this model, I'd first like to cover the extra feature, the base, and the decal sheet. So here is the base, and as you see, there is no marking, so this model specifically doesn't go anywhere on this base. You could place it anywhere, there is no fixed position. And it also comes with a side right here, where essentially that if you wanted to link up all your Imperial models, you're able to, such as the Shadow Stormtrooper. And this is the decal sheet. As you see, I've maybe utilized maybe like 30% of it. I used the giant orange stickers along his body, something that I find a little bit more noticeable. I didn't find it necessary to use all of it, maybe going a little overboard. At the top of the sticker sheet, you see two silver linings, and they go along his side legs on the left and right. And what's good about this model, and something that give you like a heads up if you're thinking about purchasing it, is if you have orange and silver paint readily at your disposal, this model has so many small pieces that if you're able to read ahead the instructions, you go ahead and paint them in advance so you don't actually have to use any of this. And that's something I wish I sort of knew in advance. The only thing I painted, because it was very obvious, were the side pipings at the back of his legs. Right there. But the decal sheet is a phenomenal feature if you have the patience, and it depends on how you want to really finish your model. So the model you see in front of you is what I say like a modified normal model, and I say it's modified because the side of the head has an opening that the normal model would not, and you have another side of the opening here. And before we add on the extra cantina pieces, the utility pieces are on my desk. We're going to go over this kit real quick. So this kit has three legs, one on each side, and they do fit in very snug. Fits in like this through a single pillar, and because it's a pillar, you're able to just do like a 360 turn. Bottom of both side legs has some sort of ankle flexion. It also comes with like what I like to call like a rocket pod mount, but it's not really a rocket pod, it's just a nice accessory. His legs do come in quite a few pieces, and in the instructions you're also able to add in some orange taping right there, and that's a pretty cool feature. Yes, again, the leg comes in a ton of small pieces, more normal than what I expect from a high-grade Gunpla. And in the center, you have his third tri-leg, which is also flexible at the bottom of his feet. And it's able to retract back into his body, so you're able to just plant him like that. And if you wanted to take out his third leg, you have to open his head and push down on the center column and just pull out his leg as such. You can see that I didn't use a lot of stickers. A lot of the decals along his body and bottom of his feet, and bigger ones on the back of his body. Again, I didn't find it necessary to use all of it. And that's his main body. And this is his head right here. So it's just like the R2-D2, except he's a dirty Imperial guy. And I added the decal there, added a silver decal under his main visor. And this helmet, again, just like the legs and just like the body, comes with a ton of small pieces. The head does rotate 360, just like in the movies. In here. And we're going to take this off. And this head, you'll notice that the center is missing a cap. And I left that intentionally because we're about to put on what I like to call the little cantina, the little Mountain Dew dispenser right here. And I want to let you guys know that this piece is so tight, it fits in so tightly that when I had to remove it to add in the extra accessory, I actually had to use a hobby knife to try to wedge it out. And you got to be careful, specifically with just this one, because once it pops and it lands on your floor, it's most likely gone forever. But any other exchangeable small pieces, it is easy to take them out. As you just saw, this small piece right here broke apart from his head. Broke is a bad word, it just sort of fell off. But that is an exchangeable piece to add on the accessories, such as the utilities. And we're going to wind up the utilities video last such, so you can see that they actually have like small radars sticking out of his head, and that you could apply them anywhere around the center circle, because it is that easy to take them out. And in order to take them out, all you have to do, per the instructions, is just push down on one side and it'll fall off like that. It may pop out, but so don't apply so much force. But to apply this little cantina, after you take the centerpiece out, you just got to push it in, and there it is, and it can circle around 360 like this. It's primarily silver, so you are able to use a silver Sharpie if you want it to pop out just a little bit for the colors. It also has additional blue piece right here to help you dispense Mountain Dew to all the evil stormtroopers, like that. I'm going to try to easily take this thing out. And you'll notice at the side of his head, right here and right here, those are exchangeable pieces. The original pieces are black, but for this cantina version, they are blue once they open up. Once they open up, you just attach it here. Sides, careful, like that. And of course, he has his silver pipings at the side to dispense more Mountain Dew, and that fits very well. Just fits in very well, like I said, very well. Hold on, or maybe it's the wrong side. Fits very well, like that, and it's very snug in there. Same with the other end to dispense more Mountain Dew. Like that. It catches in the center and it catches the bottom of the blue pieces, and that's it. Now for the rest of his body, to utilize the utilities, again, we already covered the head when you go around the circle here. To utilize the rest of the utilities, the instructions gives you a very clear way of doing it. And it's very easy. You just have to push on one side. So this long elongated piece here, the instruction says you just have to really push on one end and it'll open. You're able to take it out. Same thing with this side. You're able to just push it in, take it out. Now his sides are open and exposed, and through the lighting, hopefully you can see 3 holes for 3 different placements of your utility system. And the same thing goes for here. You just push one side, not too hard. It'll open. You take it out. Right there. And I know there's one more. And is there not one more? Huh. Pretty sure there was. But this is the central gist. And as you see right here, those aren't even all the extra pieces because we haven't even included the utilities. So an advantage of this kit is a ton of small small detail pieces. The bad part about it is that in order to be more organized, if you don't want these extra pieces hanging out in a bag or hanging inside the box, you will have to get the accessories for the R2-D2 booster pack version, and that will have some sort of stand that will collect all your small pieces together and just organize all the extra utilities. But for me, I don't have the R2-D2 yet, so all the extra small pieces have to just go in a box or in a bag and just jingle in there. But that's all I have to say about this kit. For about $15 to $20, it is incredibly detailed. You have the option of utilizing the many various decals, or if you could read the instructions in advance, you are able to know which small pieces you can paint if you don't want to use the decals. The pieces, all the small pieces, fit very well, and they are very easily exchangeable. The only gripe I have is that centered piece on top of his dome head. That took forever to remove. But other than that, everything was a-okay, easy to go. As always, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please post it down in the section below. Appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.